The Scully Vapor Connect is a self-proving system, monitoring the vapor hose connection between the loading terminal and the tank truck. When a tank truck enters a petroleum loading terminal lane, the driver uses the Scully plug to connect to the overfill sensors and verifies a good ground connection. Next, connect the vapor hose coupler from the rack to the onboard vapor adapter. When a good connection is established, the Vapor Connect controller will change status to permit with a visual indication that the LED changes from red to green. Verifying the hose is connected increases the probability that the vapor generated during the fuel loading is captured and flows to the vapor recovery system and is not released to the atmosphere. The Scully Vapor Connect Kit includes the ST-46, a self-proving controller that can function independently or in tandem with another Scully overfill and grounding controller. Besides the visual indicators, it also includes an electrical output that can interface to the terminal automation system or batch controller, enabling the option of adding the vapor verification as part of the loading permit. The kit also includes the vapor coupler with integrated sensor and handle. This is a robust high-flow coupler that interfaces to standard API vapor adapters. The next two elements of the kit are the Vapor Easy Connect wire harness and Vapor TTMA flange. A unique feature of this system is that the wire harness between the coupler and the controller is routed through the vapor hose. Scully supplies this automotive-rated wire harness with quick connect connectors, designed to work in gasoline vapors. To be able to route the wire harness from within the vapor piping to the Vapor Connect controller, Scully includes a Vapor TTMA flange in the kit. The electrical wire routing using connectors in key junctions makes the Vapor Connect kit simple to install and maintain. In this illustration, you will notice the placement of each kit item and the electrical signal between the Vapor Connect controller and the vapor coupler with integrated sensor. The Scully kit elements can also be used with a vapor hose or a vapor loading arm. The Scully Vapor Connect system has many optional features and benefits. For starters, Scully uses a closed system design with a poppet coupler adapter, maximizing the vapor capture from the tank to the vapor recovery system, even when the coupler is not connected. The system's design makes it difficult to cheat or improperly bypass by utilizing the integrated sensor and wiring internally to the coupler and hose. Plus, a proprietary signal that cannot be shorted to pass as a proper connection. The coupler chosen has the best-in-class vapor flow. Using the high-flow, low-pressure drop vapor coupler results in reduced back pressure in the truck compartments, leading to lower potential vapor release to the atmosphere via the vapor vents. A significant benefit of using the Scully Vapor Connect system is that no changes are required on the tank trucks using standard 4-inch vapor adapters per API RP 1004 specification. Carriers do not need to make changes or invest in additional equipment. This design considered the importance of ease of maintenance and hose replacement with quick connect, disconnect wire harness. To replace a hose, start by releasing the cam and groove connection by the vapor recovery system. Next, remove the hose a few inches from the adapter and disconnect the wire harness connection. To reduce lane downtime to a 5-minute replacement, have a spare hose and coupler assembly ready in the terminal to replace the damaged one, so that the repair can be done in the shop while the lane is active. Another significant feature within the system design is that there are no exposed electrical wires or cables that can get tangled or damaged during standard operational use. This increases the liability and durability of the system, resulting in lane uptime. Note the wire harness traveling in the vapor hose. The new Scully Vapor Connect controller is based on the legacy Scully platforms, which have been in production for over 40 years, designed and built for the loading terminal environment. Investing in the Scully Vapor Connect system is a low-risk investment with long-term value. For users that want to include the vapor interlock into the loading permit, The ST-46 provides an electric contact switch relay to interface to the TAS or batch controller as an option. Per the diagram on the right side of the screen, it can support a 250 volt AC 5 amp signal. The ST-46 controller offers the ability to bypass the vapor permit in case the terminal operator requires it. Access to the bypass switch can be locked with access approval per terminal procedure. The switch would be turned from the auto to bypass mode. The relay would bypass the main board and transfer the permit signal upstream, and the LED indicators will turn off. A side benefit of routing the wire harness through the hose is the electrical bonding between the rack structure and the vapor coupler. Since the harness also includes a ground wire that is connected to the flange on one side and the coupler on the other, it keeps both parts at the same potential. The Scully Vapor Controller can work with other Scully rack equipment either independently or in tandem. The left side illustration is an example of where both the IntelliTrol 2 and the ST-46 send their loading permit signal independently to the load computer or TAS. The right side illustration shows the overfill and grounding permit signal from the IntelliTrol 2 running through the ST-46 switch, and one permit signal runs back to the load computer or TAS. This gives the installer the flexibility to set up the system depending on wiring constraints, which may be different between new installs and retrofits. To specify your kit, the following information needs to be gathered before the correct part number can be chosen. 1. Verify the power requirements for the system, 120 volts or 240 volts. 2. Verify the hazardous environment certification requirements. Different systems are required for IEC, ATEX and IEC-EX, and NEC, class and division, or class and zone. 3. Verify the length of hose being used per lane to determine the length of harness wire delivered. Based on the answers to the questions, the kit part number will be specified. ST-46 meets the NEC certification standards, and ST-46C meets the IEC certification standards. The XX in the suffix of the part number defines the length of hose specified. Scully's standard hose length supports 10 to 30 feet, which is 3 to 9 meters, in increments of 2 feet, or 0.6 meters. For special lengths, please contact Scully Customer Service. For any other questions about the system, please contact Scully Sales. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the Scully Vapor Connect system.